to the junkyard, picked up a few things. I got this e-brake boot in the handle. It's gray, but my car's currently missing one, so I'm gonna have some real North Las Vegas activity, and I'm gonna paint this and see how well it comes out. It's just a temporary fix because I don't have one at all. I grabbed the ambient temp sensor with the wiring because mine's stripped out of the car, and then some lugs. Always grab some extra. We got our little parts at the Christmas tree. This is where I'm gonna do my little parts and unboxings at the Christmas tree with Louise. Oh, yup. In the garage with this, we're gonna get this car figured out today. Go through this a little bit, clean it up. I use this stuff, which works really well. It takes a lot of the spots out of the leather, especially on the black. But just some soapy water too. Gonna clean it up. We're gonna see how it comes out. Hopefully it cleans up decent. Have a fresh surface for some paint. I don't know how well this is gonna work. I've never painted leather. It's pretty janky, so we'll see. Just put a little bit of paint on it. We'll see how well it sticks and how it dries, but this is definitely not what you're supposed to do. You're wiring up the new ambient temp sensor and the plug. Words of advice: if you're colorblind, maybe don't wire, but I figured it out. I'm gonna go ahead and wire that in, and we'll see if the sensor from the junkyard works. If not, I do have a new one. Wired in the new temp sensor. Let's go ahead and make sure it works. Being colorblind, I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling a little bit. When it doesn't work, it says -40. And it says 72. So that's working. So just sitting here, I'm watching the battery go down because the battery draw issue that I talked about before. And then coming here, if I pull this 30 amp fuse, you can watch it start immediately going back up. It's the next day. Let this dry overnight. It honestly doesn't look bad, but it's way too shiny, so I'm not even gonna use it. If anything, I have this old e-brake setup that came stock on the new M5. I'll just take the handles off and swap them, and I'll just use that boot. Or I might mess around. I do have an extra shift boot frame and Alcantara shift boot and e-brake boot, so I might try and use those. Shift boot's all glued, letting it dry with the clips. Should be done in a couple minutes. I'm using just Gorilla Glue. Boot all glued in. It's held in with the clips right now just because I'm letting it dry. It doesn't look terrible, but the only thing is in the back, it has a lot of extra fabric. So I'm gonna try to cut it and re-glue it, and I'll see how that comes out. But for the moment, I'm gonna let them sit with the clips, let them dry a little bit more. Going back to the M5, we figured out the battery drain with just the radio fuse. So now the no start issue, I have it hooked up to BMW logger. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the codes. And once I do get the codes, it shows DME and EWS communication. So I'm pretty sure that has to be my issue. Because other than that, the car has no codes and no other noticeable issues. Boot in the car. I don't think I'm gonna keep it. It doesn't look that bad when it's up, but you can see there's just a lot of material around it. Even when you tuck it in, it still doesn't look that great. And you push it down, yeah, it really doesn't look great, which is sad because I think the e-brake, the shift boot looks pretty good. I'm gonna put that in, but I'm not sure about this. I don't know, maybe it'll grow on me, but other than that, yeah, I'm not even gonna use this either. This real quick, I'm gonna use the leather one with the black handle and put it in the car. Brake handle and boot are on. I went ahead and put in the Alcantara shift boot. So yeah, it looks pretty good. A lot better than just having this exposed. And I like this shift boot a lot better than the other leather one I had. Where both of these cars belong, the trash can. Good game. The other DME right here. This is from the 2005. This is the stock one. So I'm gonna have to pull out the EWS delete DME from that car. I'm probably gonna get to it later. I'm gonna work on something else right now. I got some other things to do. But I'm gonna put this DME back in that car, and I'm gonna take this DME out and swap them, and I'll just put the other one back to stock. I don't need EWS delete. I thought that was the issue for the car, but it wasn't. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and swap it, but I'll probably pick up the video later. I got some other things to do right now. I might work on something else, but yeah, I'll get back to it.